Overthinking feels like problem solving. It's actually arrogance. And I know that sounds harsh, but today we're getting into the actual reason why you can't stop doing it, why every tip you've tried hasn't stuck, and the one mindset shift that finally changes it. I'm on my way to the gym right now, and this one has been sitting with me all week. Last year, I booked a last minute solo trip to Japan with no hotels, no plans, after spending years waiting for the perfect moment. The panic when I hit confirm was immediate, but underneath it was this weird relief, like my brain finally could relax. Because here's what we've been told: overthinking means you care, it means you're being thorough. But what if overthinking isn't caution at all? What if it's just arrogance? Here's the reframe that changed how I see this. Overthinking feels like preparation, like you're doing the work before the work. But what it's actually doing is trying to guarantee the outcome before reality has any input. And that's a quietly arrogant thing to believe about yourself. Think about what you're really saying when you overthink a decision. I'm smart enough to predict exactly what will happen, all the variables, all the reactions, all the ways it could go wrong, without actually testing any of it. You're placing more trust in your own mental simulation than in actual experience. I remember spending months preparing a creative project with notes, business models, logo variations. One night, I was up at 1 a.m. tweaking a design on something I hadn't even launched yet, while genuinely believing I was making progress. Yet, I still hadn't shipped a single thing. That's the arrogance mechanism. Just a quiet belief that you can think your way to certainty before the world gets a vote. And here's what makes it worse. Dr. K, a Harvard-trained psychiatrist, points to the Mensa research that shows this directly. The top earners in a high IQ society, people whose entire identity is built around their thinking ability, have a median income around 250K. Now, the top earners in the general population, over $2 million. More thinking doesn't produce more results. At some point, the thinking becomes the thing stopping you, not helping you. So the fix isn't to think less, it's to change what you're optimizing for. There's a principle in the board game Go. The advice given to beginners is you lose your first 100 games as fast as possible. Not win, not improve, lose fast. Because the point isn't to perform well, it's to collect data as quickly as you can. Every loss teaches you something no theory ever could. That's the scientist mindset. A scientist doesn't sit in the lab trying to be right on the first attempt. I spent weeks agonizing and overthinking the design of a landing page once. The fonts, spacing, the exact shade of the button color. I barely glanced at the pricing section and just wrote from X dollars depending on your plan and moved on. The 3 colleagues I shared with messaged me asking the same question. Is that price per month or per year? It was very confusing. So I didn't get it right, but the feedback told me exactly what to fix first. The overthinker tries to get it right. The scientist tries to find out. Those are completely different goals, and only one of them actually moves you forward. So how do you make this shift in practice? The loop doesn't break because you understand it. It breaks when you give yourself a different question to answer. Most people stuck in overthinking are unconsciously asking, how do I get this right? And that question has no answer before you even started. It's like trying to read the last page of a book that hasn't been written yet. The question that breaks the loop is this: what's the smallest version of this that doesn't ruin my life but still gives me real data? Not the perfect version, not the ready version, the smallest version that puts you in contact with reality. I uploaded an unpolished YouTube video once. It went out with an awkward intro and a shaky opening minute. Within a day, someone commented saying it resonated with them. That one comment told me more than the months of sitting on the idea ever had. Next time you catch yourself in the loop, just ask yourself one thing honestly. What am I actually learning by waiting? Most of the time, the answer is nothing. You're not gathering data. You're just staying in the room with your own assumptions. So, you can't think your way to the answer. You have to do your way there. The fix isn't to think less. It's to want data more than you want to be right. Run the smallest test you can. Let the world respond, because it'll tell you more in one day than your own head will in a month. Anyways, I'm almost at the gym. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.